Ball, dunks.
Look at Strong running the floor out in front.
Welcome to Connecticut Basketball Spaces. UConn 67, Georgetown 51. UConn improves 29-4 on the season. 17. Oh, not 17-3. I guess postseason. What am I doing? UConn moves on to the Big East championship game tomorrow night against St. John's. Spectacular night, maybe his best night in a UConn uniform. Braylon Mullins, 21 points tonight. On 5 rebounds, 2 assists, only 1 foul, by the way. Understated fact tonight. Silas right behind him with 10, and then a lot of really great contributions tonight, particularly from Jaden Ross. We will get into it, lots more, but UConn, the second time in 3 years, is in the Big East championship game. Hurley Mania, you were boots on ground tonight. You are on a train right now. Potentially being assaulted, nestled up in a corner, trying not to embarrass yourself. But whatever. Give us your experience.
Hey, good evening. First of all, how bad does this sound?
It sounds actually great.
Need to do this show on a train more often. It was great just to be in the building. I've now checked off the full set. I've seen UConn win in every round of the tournament. I'd never seen them win the semifinal in person. So me and my first world problems. So that was nice. It was just a great performance, soup to nuts. The building was almost a little understated tonight because I think both fan bases kind of, UConn and St. John's knew. It was like, all right, let's just get through this. And then tomorrow, bring what you can swing. That was just a great performance. Probably Braylon's best game of the year. I mean, he was really good at Kansas, but this was a different level. Most points by a UConn freshman in a Big East tournament game since Jerome Dyson in 2007. He was sensational, and we'll just make the whole show about Jaden Ross now because he was incredible.
I think there's an argument to be made now. There was a stretch of time, I feel like, where I kind of understood Dan not playing Jaden because Jaden would just do some bird brain, inconsistent things. And, coaches, not for nothing, they crave anything. They crave consistency. And, Jaden, even though we saw real spurts, I think of, sometimes brilliance, sometimes not, it wasn't quite there. And boy, oh boy, the last month, it feels like everything is just clicked into place. He's maybe been the most important player on the team the past month. And tonight, just everywhere. And, just the countless areas where that dude impacted the game tonight, whether it was deflections, steals, altering shots.
He's incredible.
Big ones.
In the margins, he's great. He's really, really important. And he allows Alex to not have to play 40 minutes every night. And defensively, he's amazing. And it's worked because now it's starting to click a little on the offensive end. It's made the inbounds not a complete disaster. Tomorrow night's a whole different challenge against a team that puts a lot of pressure on you. And we'll see what that looks like. But inbounds were a struggle in the first game at MSG. And now we'll see how Jaden, what role he plays in terms of inbounds when St. John's goes to put the pressure on.
Yeah.
I gotta pay my ticket, so take it for a second here.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Pay your fare. Please ask the conductor to throw you off the train for the rest of us. But no, I'll say this tonight too. Now, we're going to get into Braylon and Jaden more in depth.
Where you going?
Speaking of the inbound stuff, I thought they broke out a ton of new stuff tonight. I feel like they've been hiding a lot of crap. I thought the press break was outstanding tonight. I thought they handled the pressure really well. I felt like they found a lot of ways to take the pressure off of Malachi Smith coming up the court. In terms of their press break, everything, I felt like we saw a lot of new stuff tonight that I haven't seen them pull ever. It felt like an entirely new bag of tricks tonight. And boy, oh boy, did it work. But man, I'll tell you, like, we'll get into it more as we go along tonight, but dude, Braylon looked like a killer tonight. For the first time really all year, like he looked like an absolute killer. And he shot like shit from three. I think he was 2 for 9 tonight and still scored 21 points. But like his overall feel right now, in the offense feels like it feels like he's starting to figure it out. There was one, play they got they got the ball into Terrace in the post, and Terrace kicked it, and Braylon was kind of waiting for the shot, caught his defender ball watching a little bit with Terrace, and then just took like 2 steps to his left, got himself a little bit more open. Terrace saw him, hit him with a wide open look, and like that's just feel stuff that I don't think like we've seen from a lot of these guys. And I'm gonna be honest, man. A lot of that it has to do with Jaden Ross being on the floor, and like I feel like even with Solo I didn't think Solo was like super impactful tonight offensively, but I thought Solo got a lot of good looks tonight, and I feel like it takes a lot of things off the table for them in terms of like wonky decision making when the other guy isn't in the game. Like Braylon and Solo both just sort of assert themselves a little bit more. I'd argue that Terrace did too. And it just frees everything up. Like I don't know. Again, I'm not staring at the math here. It feels like the starting lineup is the worst rotation that we throw out there right now. Which, you could argue is a good thing. But man, I think we've talked about this, like, Stewie being on the court or Jaden being on the court is like the thing to do. And now I'm like full blown on the train now. Like now it's so obvious. And now that Ross is starting to really find some consistency, they just got to separate those two. And again, I want to be crystal clear about this. Like this is not a knock on Braylon or a knock on Solo. But everything looks so different with Jaden on the court and their ability to assert themselves in the offense, find their way around it, like go shot hunting, you know what I mean? Instead of, kind of just staying in this robotic offense, and I even thought for Terrace because, I even thought with Terrace, like it freed him up to get more one-on-one looks down low because, the one thing you got to worry about with Jaden, like he's not a great 3-point shooter. I mean, went 2 for 4 tonight, but he picked his spots well. But the one thing that Jaden could do is he can get to the rim off the bounce. And like, so you got that to really kind of think about. And that's not to say that Braylon and Solo can't do that, right? But like, it really felt tonight, like with Jaden in the game, like Georgetown had no idea how to manage him and how to guard him. And it just opened up a lot more one-on-one looks for Terrace. He could eat a lot more under the basket. Like just the whole thing just looks so much better with Jaden Ross in the basketball game, like writ large. And it like was screaming through the television tonight.
Yeah, we're 33 games into this, and like the starting lineup isn't bad, but it's clear that this works better with one of them on the court and one not. So like we just do the thing that works better is kind of my point on it. Like we don't need to reinvent the wheel here. We don't have to win the eye test at this point. They're gonna be a 1 or a 2 seed. Like these games, right? And when they split them up, defensively they look drastically better. And I like that it's a new wrinkle because there's not a lot of tape of, here's UConn with Jaden Ross playing a key 20 to 25, maybe even minutes. It's always been a third. Now it's happening. And we have to bake in the fact that Xavier and Georgetown aren't very good, right? Tomorrow's a much tougher test, but Jaden looked great the last time he played St. John's and didn't really factor it all in the first game at MSG. So it gives them a fresh wrinkle. You get that 33 games in. To a season, to have another thing. To what you said earlier, I thought it was interesting last night how they a different way and plays different way. It's like they're just trying to prepare for in the next week, starting tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they unleashed a lot of stuff tonight. I don't know if Dan's like deliberately been holding a lot of stuff up his sleeve or like this is stuff they've been working on or, maybe it was out of necessity and we're big braining it. But like they ran I'm not even joking. They probably ran 5 or 6 sets I've never seen them run before. I thought their ability to be creative off the bounce tonight was as good as it's been all year. I think, we're talking about the Marquette game, last week, and you go 3 for 24 from 3. Obviously that's not ideal, and that's a lot of what was baked into the cake in terms of like why they lost the game. They played well sort of otherwise, but like one of the key things that really just didn't happen in that game is they didn't really adjust to it and find more creative ways to get to the basket and create offense. Tonight, in the first half, they end up shooting 16% from 3-point land. They went 2 for 12. But still shot 45% from the floor overall without getting the free throw line. So they were able to build up ostensibly an 8 to 10 point lead, kind of not really relying on the bread and butter. So I just thought the overall creativity was a little bit better. And look, like I know it's Georgetown. I know it's Xavier. So some things are going to be baked into the result there that, could skew some things, but like I'm also, I don't know. Maybe I'm the minority here, but like, you kind of look at the course of Georgetown season. They got rinsed by a couple teams this year. But like for the most part, they played us pretty close all year. They played St. John's pretty close, on the road. Like they've had a lot of like 1-2 possession losses this year. And, I don't want to get carried away or anything like this. I'm not trying to make a case that Georgetown's good, but I also do think they're a lot better than they're probably what their metrics are right now and what people give them credit for. So I was happy, and I was happy to see the adjustments, that they made overall tonight. I was really pleased with the outcome overall. Hurley Mania is bouncing in and out a little bit here. I'm going to bring him in. We're going to get to the Wiener Wire line a little bit earlier tonight, folks, just because, Hurley Mania is going to be experiencing some in and out on the train as he makes his way back.
A plane would probably work better than this.
I said plane. I'm so tired.
It's fine.
It's midnight.
You're tired? Okay. Yeah, I also want to shout out tonight that I thought Malachi Smith had a really important role tonight. When Silas Early gets into not foul trouble, but struggling a little bit, I thought it was another great night for Mally getting to play an extended role, and it was fine. And it was just another chance because they got to go 3 games in 3 days now, and we know the challenge that St. John's presents, but also that should be a chance for Silas to eat at the guard spot. And it's easier for him to do that when he hasn't had to go 40 minutes back-to-back nights. So shout out to Mally, really good off the bench. Eric Ryba, I'll let you whack poetic.
I thought Eric was great. Him and Iwachukwu, there was a series of plays. Oh my God, dude. There was a series of plays in the second half where you legitimately could have fouled both of them out of the game within a 3.5 to 4 minute time span. I can't believe they called as few fouls on the 2 of them as they did. Eric was all over him like he was a gigantic squid. Like Eric would foul him 5 or 6 times on a defensive possession. Like I'm sorry, like blatant wrapping him up in his shit, feeling him up, choking him out, hitting him in the back of the head. Gigantic squid, just not giving a fuck. And, look, Vince gave it right back to him on the other end of the court. So it's nice to see Eric mix it up a little bit tonight, I thought, with a guy. And I thought he had a good night tonight. Obviously getting 8 points, fouling out of the game, which in the rules. But he got his 2 blocks, got a steal. Like, again, just you have 5 fouls to give when you're playing 15 to 20 minutes a game. Hand them out. You can't take them with you. So I'm okay. I like seeing Herriba play a little bit more on the physical side, even though that's not his bread and butter right now.
Well, we know he's going to need to tomorrow, given the matchup. And also, his fifth.
We had Hurley Mania, and then he went dingle dongle on us here. No big deal. So I'm going to try to listen to him just vaporize.
Coming to the game at the end. There
we
one
go.
way to do it. So I enjoyed that.
I love it when he comes in loud and clear in spaces. It's okay. We'll figure this out, folks. Don't worry about it. So I think what we're going to do just to kind of improvise tonight is we're going to do a little Wiener Wire line here early, start to bring in some folks. We'll get Hurley Mania rock and roll in here soon. Don't worry about it. We're trying to do this on the run, guys. Train isn't always cooperative. So I'm going to do that, and we'll get into it. No Escalators wants to gloat. Happy Rat is milling about. Oh, my goodness. We got to line out the door in the Wiener Wire line tonight. So let's get right into it. Hot dog, the UConn Husky season is here, and the good folks at Martin Roll Souls are here to keep you fueled so you can keep foot on gas throughout the year. Hot dogs, kielbasa, sausages, deli meats, you name it. Not only can you grab what you need for the big game at the retail store at 45 Grove Street in New Britain, they'll even bring the meats to you and ship them across the country. That's Martin Roll Souls, the official sponsor of the Connecticut Basketball Spaces Wiener Wiener Line. And folks, it's time to get to the meat of tonight's show. And by that, we mean the Martin Roll Souls Wiener Wiener Line. We're going to be taking calls. We're going to be taking check-ins for the next hour, 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 9 hours. I don't know, however many hours it takes to get it done tonight. But we're going to lead off, as always and as usual, with No Escalators, who I'm sure is feeling very right and correct, because the math seems to be mathing.
No, it was great. And I love the new style of show here. I like Hurley Mania on a train. Maybe next we can do Hurley Mania on a rowboat with a hole in it, or Hurley Mania on the Hindenburg, or on a spaceship to Mars. I think there's a lot of possibilities.
That's violence.
Yeah. Any place, any vehicle we can, a failing vehicle that we could put them on. I'm all about it. Rubber raft.
No,
flotilla.
it was a fine night tonight. Was definitely a little muted because it was never close, and also they never killed Georgetown. And so it was cromulent. It was good. The main show's tomorrow, as it has been for 8 months. Everybody's known the main show is going to be tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to it.
I'm excited. This is the first spectacle Big East final we've had probably forever.
Yeah. And
I don't think it's hyperbole to say this is maybe the most anticipated Big East final. Like Rothstein was tweeting it earlier. This might be the most anticipated final since UConn and Georgetown in '96. Although I would say everybody wanted to see UConn and St. John's in '99 too. That was a pretty big game.
The tell to me is that all of the media people who are normally there decided this was the year to take off. Norlander, who has been to the Big East 15 years in a row, was like, I'll go check out the Big 12 this year. Downstairs at the ACC, there's, it's just not, we have Fanta, we have the ever loyal Fanta, but other than that, the people you would expect to be there were like, you know what, this, if I'm ever going to take a year away, it's this year.
Made sense, except for the big game at the end.
Yeah.
Which I think is going to be I think it's going to be the headliner conference championship game across the board. It's got everything you want. It's going to be an absolute fucking spectacle. You have us with a chance to win it for, I think this would be the record if we win tomorrow.
This would be the 8th. Yep.
Yep, this would be the 8th. So we'll have the record, This is an opportunity for them to go back to back. It's an opportunity for us to win 2 out of the last 3. It's Rick Pitino. It's Dan Hurley. It's 2 bonkers ass fan bases that, the exception of Seton Hall, the closest proximity to Madison Square Garden. I totally expect tomorrow to be an absolute fucking gong show at Madison Square Garden. I just don't think that in this day and age that you can put a better game together on the court in a conference tournament in the championship with lots of stakes, fun players. Two fun teams, flawed teams as well, right? So, and 2 teams that I think, look, let's be fair, kind of took turns embarrassing each other a little bit this year. Yeah. So, there's just enough stakes here that I'm excited.
Yeah, and obviously Seton Hall is geographically close, but I mean,
that's why I said the exception of Seton Hall.
The crowd there, no, but I mean, like, they just don't have. It's a small private school that is still a little bit away. They just don't have the amount of people, and you could feel that tonight. That the crowd got loud for a few moments, mostly with UConn fans supporting them down the stretch, but that building was 85% red or blue. Tomorrow will be probably pretty close down the middle, red or blue, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait.
Yeah, the one like small thing, and it's because of the reality they got Fox. It feels like this game should be at 9 p.m., not 6:30 for what the hell's going to happen. But yeah, it's going to be a spectacle tomorrow. I think it's the biggest spectacle they've had since the Allen game. Like 2011 Louisville at the end was a spectacle, but it was like there were 3 or 4 games that were spectacles. In terms of a one-off event, it feels like it's got to be 96, and partially because the two are so far and above what the rest of the league had. I love this tournament. It's great. Being there tonight was great, but it was almost like a weird crowd because everyone just had can we just play tonight? We got to get through this. And credit to both teams. They've just been very businesslike in the first 2 days. But tomorrow is going to be a show. I can't wait.
It'll be good. On tonight, and I'm going to confess here, I have a secret birdie that whispers in my ear and knows more about basketball than I do. Who was messaging me super, super, super excited about the fact that Braylon was our number one option. And, I saw some of this while I was there. No, this is not a birdie. You would never in a trillion years guess who this person was. I could give you 1,000 guesses and you would not come close. And was so excited that Braylon was the number one option because of the way it opened up other things for the rest of the offense, where you could just see people turning and watching him, and it got better shots for everybody else. And even though he was still he's obviously a shooter, he was cold from 3. He is absolutely lethal if he's, and this totally breaks my heart to say this. If you get him between 10 and 18 feet from the basket, just totally lethal.
Oh.
It's
mid-range Meg is sitting out there. She's just so excited.
I was going to ask you. I knew no escalator's a small part of you is crushed.
So he on 2-point shots this year is 91st percentile in the country. On points in the paint, he is 21st percentile in the country. Which, is not how my calculator brain loves basketball, but you could see it worked tonight, and it opened up so much else, and it was really fun to watch.
It felt like they let him off a leash tonight.
Yeah.
I felt like they were just like, all right, dude, move around the perimeter, try to find some open space. I felt like there was just he was a lot more deliberate tonight. In terms of shot creation, finding his way around the offense. If I had sort of a criticism of how the offense has been run this year, they've just kind of used Braylon as more of a catch and shoot guy. I feel like almost too much, much more in the vein of how they used Hawk. He hasn't, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say that he hasn't had the kind of success that Jordan has. I don't have the numbers in front of me to prove that or say that, but it feels like they've relied on him a little bit more, too much in the catch and shoot and not enough giving him the benefit of the doubt to create some shots in the mid range and get to the hoop and create a little bit more off the dribble. I don't want to sound like I'm a conspiracy theorist, cause I don't think this is the thing, but then there's a part of me that kind of wonders if it's almost a little deliberate. And then okay, now we're going to let you off the chain and let you go nuts, just in time for everybody else to have to try to figure it out. doesn't feel like something that they would do, but the way things happened tonight and like watching his off ball, like that was the thing, like his ability to initiate offense tonight, like stroke was great, all that kind of stuff. But like the thing that really impressed me the most about him was his off ball movement tonight. His ability to like just hunt shots, find open looks, like get into open space. He was great tonight. And, don't mind him being the focal point of the offense right now.
Whether it was deliberate or not to hide him this long, I think it was clearly deliberate this evening, and he scored, 15 of the first 28 points. There was a clear plan early on to get him going, and then I think Georgetown adjusted, and he was a little quieter in the second half, but that doesn't mean that the adjustments weren't taking people off other people, and it wasn't effective. It'll be interesting to see. It's a tough matchup tomorrow with the size of St. John's and the pressure they play with, so we'll see what it looks like tomorrow, but for tonight, very exciting possibilities.
I do think tonight it looked like a little bit of what he realized was that, listen, Georgetown, this is an older team. This is a big, physical Big East team. He doesn't have the physical strength at his age to be able to handle that inside. So he would start to drive, then realize where he could get that 1 foot of separation and do the jab step or the step back. And I don't like mid-range either, but for him, I don't expect him finishing on Zuby or Bryce tomorrow. So I think that this game and also his other great game at Kansas was a lot of mid-range stuff. I mean, is it a good shot? Not really, but for him, it's probably with his body type what he's going to have to do a lot of right now, in addition to obviously the 3-point shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Just on the other side of the ball, I loved the way that they shut down Mac. And it was very, like, when Jaden was in, Jaden drew the Mac assignment. He's the guy who can actually do it for Georgetown, and he scored 9 points, which is not nothing, but really was not a factor. And Jaden was great, and we've talked about it for a few games now. I think that there were two guys, and I love Jalen Stewart, and I think Jalen Stewart has a lot to offer, and I think he's going to be super successful. I think there was just a huge amount of overlap, and being able to have one guy, even if it's unfortunately through injury or whatever else is going on, that can get that sort of consistent 20 minutes a game rather than each getting like 14, is working well.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of folded into being what it is, but there's just, tonight I just thought there was a little bit of feel of like Jaden just sort of being that engine. Like when they needed a spark plug 3, he was there for it. When they needed, a deflection, they needed a timely assist, they needed a big board, they needed a block. He just feels like the guy that's like always there when you need him kind of thing that they've just sort of been lacking, I think, to this point, all season. And, I've said it a ton of times this year, but like, this is not like a super physical team. So to have a guy that's like very enthusiastic about mucking it up in any kind of way and manner that one would like to muck things up, it's been huge. So, I don't know. I'm fully on the Jaden Ross train. I think he's going from like, I feel like this is developing really quickly in real time, from him going from being like, just a nice bit player that like can do some funny / impressive things in flashes to like actively being a seriously impactful player on the game and one of our most impactful guys. And I feel like it's happening in a very short period of time, and I love it.
And then I guess the last thing would be there was some foul trouble again. But Terrace, I still thought played pretty well in the time he was out there. He didn't stuff the stat sheet like he sometimes does, but I would grade this as a good Terrace game. And what Hurley said a couple weeks ago isn't wrong. This team's going to go as far in March as Terrace goes. happy to see that and very excited to see what tomorrow looks like. Hopefully he puts Zuby in a dumpster.
Yeah, I really got a kick tonight out of Terrace Reed with 8 assists and Silas Demary Jr. with 9 rebounds. That made me happy in the stat sheet to see that. But I thought Terrace was great tonight. Actually, arguably, this is another game where I thought like this might be one of Terrace's best games here, particularly from a distribution standpoint. Like his passing on the post tonight was phenomenal.
And he had like a pass in the high post early on, I think to Alex, that was just disgusting. I don't even know if it was to Alex, but it was like 5 minutes into the game. Just he had the ball at the elbow and just like did like a quick little flip, which was totally unexpected. And I was like, oh, okay, let's see more of that.
Yeah, I thought he had a couple of instances like that tonight. Particularly that pass to Jaden out in the wing for the drain 3 in the second half. Just an awesome look. So I don't know. I got a kick out of Terrace Reed Jr. thinking he was Pistol Pete Maravich tonight. So hopefully more of that. I liked it. I like what I saw.
Yeah, it's. I know you have a long run, so I'm going to jump off and get some rest because 3 days in the city, Hurley Mania doesn't have the heart to commit to that. But for those of us who do, we need a little rest. But looking forward to tomorrow. Go Huskies.
Some of us don't have the hearts or the guts.
Here we are. I hope you do bring on Penfield. I saw him earlier today. He was not quite in the state he was last night. But I'm hoping he picked up steam as the game actually started. Rooting for him and Posty and everybody else who's really living it up.
Posty's eating dollar pizza right now, apparently. So hopefully he's in a better spot than he was 30 minutes ago. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what happens at the Big East tournament?
We may need Penfield to do sign language from talking to him because his voice is not in a good spot.
Oh, no bueno. Penfield, man, what do you got for us?
Colgate toothpaste.
Oh.
Jeep, Alumnify, poops on the ground. Let's go.
Thank you.
That's all I got.
That is an injured man right now. Folks, you need to get boots on the ground to back this man up.
Not just boots on the ground. We need poops on the ground tomorrow.
Boots and poops.
Boots and poops.
This is a man
I need every Husky fan out there pooping on the ground. Boots and on the ground. Boots in your poops. It's going to be amazing.
Hopball, I should clarify. This is a man whose outfit tonight came literally out of a war zone. I don't know if Penfield, you want to share that.
Yeah. My 1996 shooting shirt, you know what I mean? Warm-ups. Ordered that on eBay 30 days ago. And I got a message from the seller saying, we are mailing this from the Ukraine. I was like, what the fuck? How does something like this end up in the Ukraine? I don't even fucking know.
Shipping and the tariffs on that. Yeah. And triple the price on that.
I was worried that it was going to be Donald Trump is like, oh, wait, I'm looking for that shit. We're going to put fucking 50% tariffs on it or something. But it arrived just in time to wear to the Big East tournament, undefeated against Georgetown.
I like thinking that your monetary contribution to purchase that garment is helping them win a war. I think that's very selfless and noble of you.
They said my purchase meant a lot to them and their family. I wish them Godspeed. But all the attention has been turned to a different country, I think, at this point. So.
We've got other things happening. It was great seeing you.
That country is Ed Cooley, led by Ed Cooley.
Yeah, they run this week, and I'm sure Ed post game was talking this all up, but it ended the way it had to. And it's just I'm excited for tomorrow because this is the game that had to happen.
Yeah.
I didn't even check out the post-game Ed talk, by the way. Didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, he probably said some really awesome stuff. Motivational speaking.
It's what we all need, really, to be honest with you. I was excited to hear his take on the Strait of Hormuz tonight, but I guess it's going to have to wait for another day.
Yeah.
All right, Penfield, well, you rest up, man. Gonna need you tomorrow. Are you going to be there tomorrow?
You fucking know it. Poops on the ground.
Poops and boots on the ground.
Yeah.
The battle cry of the day. Thank you very much, Penfield. Monsieur Conrad, how are you?
My voice, like yours, might be in the best shape. My poops and boots will be on the ground tomorrow. Penfield, the reserves are on their way. You sound super banged up for a Georgetown game at 8 p.m. So wherever your boots were left outside, straight from some other war zone, I hope you get them back on so you don't step on any poops on your way back to your hotel. Tonight felt relatively stress-free. It'd be nicer if shots were falling, but we kind of just leaned on them all night. Talent wins out in the end. Braylon goes a little nuclear. And that's how you can win a game like that. It will not be enough for tomorrow if we play like this and shoot like this. So, it does strangely feel to me like we've paced ourselves, which is kind of nice to see. I don't know. I haven't looked at the minute splits, but, it does feel like we have plenty in the tank, as a team for tomorrow. Would have obviously loved Jay Stu to be in uniform. Shout out our guys to York City, playing for him tomorrow. I just, a couple minutes of appreciation for our guy, Jay Ross, who, early on felt like he's just here to be the heir apparent to maybe Andrew Hurley and just be kind of garbage time, celebratory guy at the end of the bench. To see him just progress, stay with the program. I'm not sure what whispers or DMs he was getting from other schools, the last couple years, but for him to stay in, stick through, and just, I remember, a lot of us, remembering the Dan Hurley post-game quotes about, if you guys saw Jaden in practice, you would think this guy's the best guy in the world. And then he was getting in games and his poops were on the ground. But to see his progression has been just a joy. Just rock solid. Different player, different skill set, but harkens back to just the consistency that Haas gave us and, obviously other guys in other generations, but, Jay Ross, my guy, just, like you have said, just in the right spot in the right moment, making the right play, which was not always true for him. So very, very proud of our guy, Jay Ross.
Yeah. I mean, it's been awesome to kind of see the progression and, he's just such a cool story, of a guy that's sort of been a developmental guy. And it's like such a dying thing in college sports now where you see a guy with obvious talent that is it's not refined. He's not the polished gemstone at this point in his career. And, obviously rides the bench as a freshman. Last year, I'm not even, I swear on the Bible, the stuff that I heard from people like very close to the program and in it. Like people are like, dude, this guy puts Liam McNeely in a body bag every practice. And it's like, it's not like a hyperbole. Like these are things that are actually happening. And then he just gets into a game and sparks fly. And to sort of just see him realize that talent real time on the floor and see kind of where he's come from. I love it. It's one of the more rewarding, player journeys we've been able to see the last couple of years. I put it right up with a lot of the guys that hung around after Ollie with, Isaiah Whaley and a couple other guys that, turned into like real legitimate contributors. But like, I'd even go farther than that. Like, I mean, I think Jaden's turning into like a dude in real time. Like, I don't even want to talk about like, oh, it's nice that he contributes and he does this. Like, he just, I haven't seen a guy in real time, like just sort of blossom and do it this quickly. So like, I'm just super excited. I hope he has a huge game tomorrow night. Like, what an unbelievable coming out party that could be for him. A huge tournament. Like, he's such a UConn for life kind of guy. I've said it so many times. He's the guy on the team where you talk to him and you're like, man, I feel like I'm talking to like a real mature adult. Like, just a guy, who's got an incredible amount of, emotional maturity, as gifted of an athlete as he is. So I'm just really happy. I'm really happy to kind of see this all come together for him.
I do think, tomorrow will be interesting. I don't know if you tweeted it, someone did. Just the idea of making sure, our lineups probably right now can't be Solo and Braylon at the same time. Tomorrow night, I mean, there's just waves of guards that have suddenly come on for St. John's, and J. Ross having to, just lock one of those guys up for a while is going to be super, super crucial. And if Solo or Bray can get hot, we're obviously gonna go punch for punch. I don't know if Hurley Mania is able to share, but I'd love to hear the tongue lashing he got from John Fanta for his meat eating today.
Yeah, it was hi again, by the way. You guys can hear me, right? It's wonderful service. No, it was like 10 seconds because he had to then go do a walk and talk with John or with Rick Pitino. But it was he prescribed me 5 Hail Kembas. I don't know what I do with this now because I'm Jewish. Like, somebody help me out here. But no, it's the thing that sucks about paying $24 for a double cheeseburger at MSG is it's actually really good. Like, I kind of wish it sucked, but it was really good. And I brought the appropriate amount of heathenry to get us a big win. So, John blessed me and we found salvation. I think.
Yeah, well, we are the heathen pagans of the conference.
We have a role to play here. We have a role to play, and
that's what we're here for. We wear deer antlers on our head. We dance around trees. We worship golden calves.
Etsy witches.
Get over it.
All of it.
Really, we got to pull 9 yards.
I'll get out of the way in a second. Tomorrow is all out war. If you're in the building, we're just, shoulders into St. John's fans and elbowing in front of them. And Dan said it in his walk and talk with Fanta, but, we don't have to get messy, but we are not backing down. I expect the roof to come off that place tomorrow. Should be fun. Should be scenes. Go Huskies.
I just want to churn. That's
Josh,
what I want. I want churn. I want churning in the crowd tomorrow night.
Josh, I can tell you that discussing with one prominent St. John's podcaster who was furious with their crowd turnout tonight and told me he thinks the building will be 70-30 UConn tomorrow. So they're already cracking. They're already scared.
Hold the line, boys. Let's reclaim what Rob Stone keeps telling the national audience is Store South.
Love it. Thank you, Josh. All right. We've got a couple people in the queue that are going to request up to speak here in a little bit. I'm going to get to you guys, I promise, here in a few minutes. We're going to get to cash fraud in a couple of seconds, but first, Postradamus has decided to join us, or whatever is left of him, from some seedy, location in Manhattan. So, Posty, are you alive? Are you well? I hope that this is English.
We're alive. We're full of Broadway, and we're gonna do it tomorrow.
Is this actually Postradamus, or is this somebody like holding him hostage?
No, it actually is Postradamus. My voice probably sounds jacked up. It's not as bad as my tag partner Penfield. We're pulling like the Von Erich Peak Steiner run right now. Him and I are just absolutely just nails this entire time. Today's game was like whatever. You knew they were gonna win. It's have really no thoughts on it. To the 70-30 fan, which is probably Dave, who's like backwards hand jobbing Rick Pitino right now. Like he can.
There we go. There's the posting I know I love.
He can probably be okay about that. So it's fine. Rick will still love him. Yeah, I've got nothing besides that. Besides, we're gonna do it tomorrow, and we're gonna fucking. I've got 1 day left in me, and it's probably gonna be laid out on 38th Street at some point. So,
yeah, one more day to go. You got one more hour-long Broadway to run on the road. This is the blow-off tomorrow.
Yeah, and just shout out to a lot of people besides Penfield, Pittsburgh Zach, Bill Klingon, and I mean, the biggest tournament hates to see Posty and Bill together. We've had 2 days of that. That's been.
I had a lot of FOMO seeing the two of you together, by the way. Did Bill demolish a lot of bourbon today?
Dude, that's an understatement.
That's right about right.
That's about right.
Man at one time mixed bourbon and Ecto Cooler in front of my face. There's a reason he had a 7'3" child that's in the NBA now. It's bourbon and Ecto Cooler. That's the magic tonic.
It's actually quite impressive. The only other thing that's won more than UConn is the dollar slice place, like 30 feet from my hotel. I walk by, I can't get out alive, man. It's just so bad. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take 5. Right. I'm gonna take 5 of those. And you gauge it up in the morning.
Yeah. So. The thing is, if we're talking poops on the ground, you want poops on the ground, you go to a dollar slice place after the Big East semifinals and a long day of drinking, and then look, you're not the one holding the plumbing bill at the end of the day. So that is for somebody in the city to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, the $50 a day I get for that deposit at the end of the day, like, hey man, when I leave in the morning, it's
understandable.
It's not my problem.
You understand why they charge it with things like that.
Lastly, before I put myself over, is that everyone has the Posty story. I met like a bunch of people this weekend who are like, "Oh, you're Posty," and it turned into like, "You're that guy / Kansas thing." So that's been fun to realize that like.
Was that good to know that your work has impacted other people's lives?
I mean, good or bad. I mean, that's up for interpretation. So
when they had the beautiful saxophone version of America the Beautiful before tonight's game, all I could think of was you shouting Bill of Rights.
Yeah. When they had that massive like 3-paragraph thing in the Big East tournament about being respectful, like get the fuck out of here. Like respectful, my asshole.
I can't wait till they play that tomorrow night before that fucking shit show. That's gonna be really fun.
Oh yeah, when every like fake Sopranos character like got off from like not changed my front right side tires. Yeah.
I just hope St. John's and UConn fans can find it to come together just for 30 seconds to boo the shit out of that whenever they go through that. And lifetime, because that's stupid as shit, and nobody cares about any of that crap.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night is not the night to be a good sportsman. Tomorrow night is the night to conquer, kill, destroy, maim, conquer, do whatever it is they have to do. Whatever you got to do to get out of there with a win. Bring what you can swing. Hell in a cell.
ECW.
Thumbtacks, tables, chairs, barbed wire, bats.
I'm going to go full Terry Funk tomorrow.
RKO somebody on a pill of Viagra. That's going to be the old guys. Whatever you got to do to get through the night, win, and get your win and get your bragging rights. That's what you got to do.
Will they allow me to bring a kendo stick in so I can do the full Sandman thing? They probably won't.
There's only one way to find out.
Can I bring a kendo stick in to MSG and bleed myself in front of
And a cheese grater. A cheese grater and a toilet bowl just to whack somebody with.
Yeah. I mean, what are we doing? All right, that's all I got, fellas. I'll talk to you later.
All right, be good, Posty.
We
Be
have
good.
we have an accidental mass transit event at the Big East title game.
Everybody bring your razor blades.
That's so dark. Yeah, no,
really...
that tomorrow night's going to be a scene. I'm going to just put it out there. I'm not saying I want this, but I have a weird feeling. Overtime.
Yeah?
Things been building, boiling like it's been the frog in the pot for 8 months. Tomorrow,
I want everybody to send their predictions for tomorrow, because I have a feeling somebody's going to get their head stuffed in the toilet tomorrow, one way or the other. I just have that feeling. I want to say it's going to be like really close to nip and tuck, and I just think one team is going to just take a massive 40-minute dump on the other. I can smell it. I think we're going to take a dump on them. But
there is precedent for it. So, the other thing is this the most common Big East title game matchup we've had now?
Ooh, that's a good question. It might be. It's got to be. The only other team that would probably come into the mix would probably be Georgetown. And I'm only saying that talking completely out of my ass because they were really, really good for 20 years in the first 40 years, the first half of this shit, and then like acceptable enough in the third quarter of this shit to like accumulate one or two more.
Did we play,
I mean, just for UConn alone.
Did we
the
play
most common one?
Did we play Pittsburgh 3 years in a row?
Yes.
02 to 04.
Yes. So
yeah.
Yes. So this will be the fourth UConn St. John's one.
Oh,
right? 98, 99, 2000.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be it. It's got to be it. It's got to be us in Pitt or us in St. John's has to be the most common.
Shouts to Jake Fenner reminding me they did not play them in 98. Was it Syracuse in 98?
No, they played. Hold on. I think I know this.
We played them in 99 to 2000.
No, we played them in 99 and 2000. I don't think we got to the final in 90. Did we? We might have.
I thought we went 3 in a row. I'm too old. I'm ancient at this point.
I'm like short circuiting. No, we played Syracuse in 98.
Okay.
We played Syracuse in 98. Actually, I'm just pulling it up on KenPom. Played Providence. We played Rutgers, and then we played Syracuse. Rutgers in the Big East semifinal.
Right, that was Rutgers had a great run that year. Yeah. If I recall correctly, they were like a bit of a Cinderella run.
Yep, and then 99 we played Seton Hall, Syracuse, St. John's, and then 2000 we lost to St. John's in 2000. So we played BC, Seton Hall, Georgetown, and then lost to St. John's in the championship game.
Completely unrelated, and you guys talked about it, but like. The fact that Pittsburgh's bringing back Jeff Cable, to me, I just stare at the wall.
And are we going to get into that?
Have you guys talked about that yet? Boy. Because, like...
No, we haven't. It's nice to see somebody formally quit.
Because, like...
I like trying.
Did we get we're too poor, so we're going to, like, make an excuse?
Yeah.
To do this? Cause,
yes.
It was like, okay, the buyout was $15 million, so we're going to put that to NIL, but the bad coach we're going to keep, but we're all good, right? We're all good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. You're giving the guy you don't want to be the coach more NIL.
Yeah. Jerome Tang, like, we get it. You can pump NIL into a program with a bad coach. The coach is still bad. That doesn't change.
They didn't look for like one violation they could try a bullshit for cause argument either. Like, that surprised me. I guess honor to them for it. Yeah. It's wild because everyone knows it isn't going to work. Like, it's not like next year it becomes 0. Like, it's still expensive next year. Just buy the ball.
What is it next year? Does it drop to like 10? Like what?
Probably 12 to 10 to 12.
God, that's so that's it. I was telling Pittsburgh, Zach, this, but if you told me in like 2013 that like Q's, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati were all dumpster fires, I'd be like, that's fucking wild. That's insane to me.
What if you told people in 1994 that the teams that broke away from the conference,
Yep.
out of BC, Pitt, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, and Miami, and Notre Dame, that Miami and Virginia Tech would have had the best run for 10 years. I just did use a little AI, and I think I'm getting texted this in real time, but I'm going to check and see what that's about. But the most common Big East championship is Georgetown and Syracuse.
Yeah. Well,
6 times. 80, 84, 87, 88, 89, and 92.
That makes sense.
The other one that is tied for the most is us and St. John's, 99, 2000, and then this year.
Yep.
Then Georgetown and Villanova, 82, 95, and 2017.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Man, those were 2 terrible semifinal days, too. 94 and 95. Remember when we lost that shit-ass Providence team and cost us the number 1 seed?
Yep. Which is the most thing ever.
The fucking Missouri, and that team was dog poo. And we ended up in the East and having to play Florida and fucking Miami.
Yeah.
And then 95, we fucking lost to Villanova. The ugliest uniforms on planet Earth.
But that was such a bad matchup for that UConn team. Like, hilariously bad matchup.
They had that was Zeffy Penn, Kittles, and Jason Lawson, man.
He had Kittles. That's all I care about. That dude was a murderer.
Zeffy Penn was a douche, too. Ugh.
I remember, at being a young age, being there was random people in the household you would never talk about, and Kerry Kittles was public enemy number 1 in the household for a long time. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, they had a couple. That team rinsed us a couple of times in various iterations, but I don't want to remember them. Fuck them. Makes me mad. But yeah, Georgetown and Syracuse 6 times. Total accumulators in the early 80s. Just monopolized it. We have not seen that matchup since 1992. Just a disgrace.
I do have a small point regards they play this awesome intro video before the Big East tournament game with MSG. It still has Syracuse highlights in it. Why?
Yeah,
remove them. They should not be in it. They should not be in it.
Yeah,
when I walk around,
completely out.
When I walk, and if we ever leave, they should do it to us too. Just let fair is fair. But when walking around the 200 level, I near my seat happened to be where they have the thing on the 6 overtime game. I just looked at it and laughed. Thought it was very funny.
I heard little birdie on the street said that there was a lot of Syracuse fans at the Big East tournament this year.
Yep.
There was.
Yep,
Mourners.
I saw him too.
Yeah,
I saw him too.
they're all over the place.
Mourners.
Yeah.
I never even stooped that low. Well, in the American, I never took a train down to New York City and just sat in there in sadness. Going,
the year they banned us, the 2013 from the final party, we thought at the time, I actually went to the A10 tournament as a one-man protest. I had a great time. It was awesome at Brooklyn, but it wasn't the same. Sitting there watching St. Louis versus fucking, UNCW, yep, this works. No.
Can I talk about this quick before I get off? The key to tomorrow is, I feel like if you, outside of Zuby, if you just stop Bryce Hopkins and or Dylan Mitchell getting in transition, that's probably it. Am I wrong or no?
Yeah, no, I would agree with you. And part of the whole don't put all the guards on the floor at once thing is it's part of why Jaden's playing better is Jaden has done a great job regulating himself on the court in terms of not trying to do 40 things at once.
Yeah.
We don't need all 3 of the guards on the court at once. UConn has far more guard depth than St. John's. Just wear them out. Rotate them through. Just rotate them. Keep everybody fresh. And I think that even with Mitchell playing better and if Darling has another horseshoe up his ass at the Garden, that's still compared to what UConn's got at the guard position. I think if they rotate them through eventually, I think that just becomes too much to overcome. The biggest key, obviously, is, not just, I'm not even doing this terrace engaged thing. I'm how is the whistle? I hate to bring it up, but
yeah,
they have the player of the year and deservedly so. Tonight UConn didn't get called for a lot of fouls. So we'll see what tomorrow looks like.
I remember the first game we had. In the first 5 minutes, we just had problems with. Rick was like, "We're gonna give the ball to Dylan Mitchell. He's gonna go 1-on-1 on Braylon for the first 5 minutes," and it was just not good. It was 8 points. He had 2. I just think like keeping him off the boards, especially on the O boards, because that was what they did really well in the second game, was basically mitigating Dylan Mitchell. I know he doesn't score a lot, but there's so much that he does not scoring that if you can just get that off, I think you're in a pretty good shape.
In the first 5 to 10 minutes of this game, if Terrace gets beat on the inside, just get beat. Don't commit the foul.
100%.
UConn's got the offense to put up 80 on these guys.
Yeah.
The foul, we need you on the floor more.
Yeah, I just want to see them shut them off from 3, to be honest with you. And because I don't think they're going to be able to score enough 2s to keep it interesting. I want to make the math weird on them. So I want to see us try to lock them up a little bit on the perimeter. They're going to get the dribble drives. They're going to get their dribble drives, but I just want to keep fouls low into the second half.
Yep, I agree.
And try to get one-on-ones for Terrace. Just pull them out on the perimeter, because the first game they really tried to blow us off the 3-point line, and then they literally just recycled their game plan from game 1 and game 2, and that did not work out well for them. And I want to try to beat them off the bounce a little bit. I want to kind of give them a little bit of an unexpected look and get in their shit early on. But it's really just going to depend on the rebounding, to be honest with you. I think the boards are going to be huge tomorrow. Jaden's got to have a huge game tomorrow, particularly on the glass, and the guards got to rebound their ass off. That's got to be a given tomorrow for them to win.
Yeah.
So.
And then I think you just need when it happens, with this team, if you can get a really good Mally for 10 minutes or so, it just changes this entire chemistry of this team.
It doesn't even need to be really good. It needs to not be a complete fucking
Well, yeah, I mean,
that's
be serviceable. Be serviceable,
Yes.
not be an absolute just wheels fall off continuously. And I feel like Ryba has been really good these 2 games. So if you do the whole thing that Dan did the first time, where you match lineups, you get him in with our Lord and Savior Ruben Prey, that guy is something else. Love that guy. He is
Captain Marlborough.
that guy is Jaden Ross times 3. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all. That's really what it is, I feel like.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to put it on him, but to some degree, this is a little bit it's not Alex's legacy, but hey, this is it.
No, it kind of is.
Think of all the Big East tournament games that Alex has played in this building, all the winning he's done. Tomorrow night should be kind of a crowning achievement for him too.
Yeah,
and he can be the X factor for them as well, because how about you said, they're going to need. It's going to take everybody rebounding.
Yeah.
We talk about Terrace, but it needs to be everybody.
Yeah, Alex needs a 6-7 rebound game at least, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm not too, you know what, I'm just going to sound crazy. I'm actually kind of enthusiastic about trying to play more of their game, where I just want us to defend at a really high level tomorrow and rebound. We're going to outshoot them.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
The range of ways we have to be able to beat a team offensively, is so much more varied and deeper than they have. We can beat teams in so many different ways. They have to establish Zuby. They have to get Terrace in foul trouble. They have to beat us on the boards.
Yep.
And that's it. Those are the 3. If they don't do one of those 3 things, I don't think there's a go shot and shit they win tomorrow night.
Yeah, if UConn shoots 30% or better from 3, I almost don't see how they win. As bad as the first game was, I mean, it was a 2-point game with 3 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying UConn's going to go out there tomorrow and shoot 48% from 3. I'd love it. I mean, if they do, they're going to win they're going to make the second game a fucking.
Yeah, if we're shooting 45%, it's going to be a 10-point laugher. tomorrow night. Honestly,
it'll be more than that.
If we're shooting 40% from three tomorrow night, they're cooked. And it's just one of those tip the hat kind of things if you're them.
Yeah.
But on the other side of it, like there's things they have to do. There's things I want us to do tomorrow night. Like, I think I guess to me, that's the difference, right? Like, if they're not getting a big game from Zuby, they're fucked. If they're not getting a big rebounding effort, they're fucked. If we're not in foul trouble early on, they're fucked. And I think those three things have to hit, and I think they can. They've proven it that can be a thing. But I think the poo-poo platter of what we can put out there in terms of the range of things we can do to a team's going to be a little bit deeper than theirs. And I think this team's going to come in with a little bit more confidence. We've had a good first two games. Like, we're a little bit more rested than they are. And, man, dude, it's tough to come back from a 40-point extermination. Like, there's getting beat, and then there's just getting your fucking spine ripped completely out of the back of your body. And, for as much as we're going to sit back and I think as fans here look back on the game down in Madison Square Garden, and we're like, man, we just got bullied off the boards. Like, don't forget, like, less than 20 days ago, we absolutely broke them in half and fed their various body parts to each other. So that's sitting in their brains too. So I'm excited, man. I think it's going to be contrasting styles, contrasting roster construction. We got an old fuck. We got a young fuck. We got two fucking weirdos coaching a bunch of fucking clowns as assistants on the bench. Like, it is just, you got the Meineke Muffler guys. You got the rich Gold Coast, Connecticut people. It's just this fucking rules. I'm so excited.
I'd like to Texas, but can I get a coupon for front end alignment to bring back to Texas?
We certainly should see if you can get one.
That'd be great, because I could probably use one.
But can you get me a rip on the commission? You know what I'm saying?
But I think the Zuby thing I agree with, and I feel like Zuby's like for him to get his, but when you take away, I'll say it again, one of Hawkins and or Mitchell, the guard play lacks so much that like it's tough. And us on the other end, like, I don't know, man, if our bench doesn't show up and Terrace gets in foul trouble, like, that's what they want too, right?
Yeah, it is what it is at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
I think the X factor for them is honestly going to be Saman, who's actually played pretty well.
He's shooting really well these last like 5 or 6 games. When he's getting an open shot, like, he's hitting them.
He's a good catch and shoot guy.
Yeah,
it's not like he can't do anything else, but they've stopped asking him to do anything else. And to Rick's credit, they did try to make him be something he's not, but. I think the thing that's, you've got two kind of flawed backcourts. We turn the ball over too much.
Yes.
And credit to Rick, like, he's got some shit scouted in Silas's ball handling. He's done a very good job of pressuring Mally. But like, their fucking backcourt doesn't shoot well at all.
No.
Like, that's just not a dynamic backcourt. So, look, these are two really, really good, very, very flawed teams. I guess Destiny says overtime, right? But I can't see that happening. I think this has a chance, like, just by the way that we react to getting hit by haymakers and the way that they react to getting hit by haymakers.
Yes.
I think this is going to kind of be like more of like 2 knockout artists getting in the ring together. And in the first 15 minutes, we're going to have a really good idea where this is going. I think that would be great, like, for a narrative storytelling angle, that like this is a really close game throughout and we do some dramatic finish. I think somebody's head is going to end up in the 25th row and we're going to know pretty early. So I think these are two big punching teams and two teams that don't particularly like taking the shot.
Yeah,
the first 5 minutes in the nicest way could be a true car crash. And I don't know what direction, but I can't wait to find out at about 6:35 tomorrow.
The first 10 minutes of tomorrow are going to be like the greatest 10 minutes of your life. And then it could be the next 30 could be the worst. It's just going to depend on how it all breaks down.
What time's the tip tomorrow?
6:30.
Oh, Jesus.
Listen to you. Just gobbling down that dollar pizza.
Yeah, man.
Hey, just a little suggestion for you on the Von Erlich thing. Please don't ride a motorcycle tonight.
Yeah. I'm not riding on a motorcycle. I'm not taking my car to the back of the field. It's okay. I'll be all right.
Posty, thank you very much.
Did we have to compare Posty to the most tragic family in sports entertainment? Probably not. But here we are.
Because whenever we talk to Posty, territory wrestling always comes up, and then it inevitably comes back to them. Posty's more like a fabulous Freebird, I think. It's more or less that.
Speaking of, I mean, Jaden doing the Birdman celebration on the 3. Tell me they showed it on TV.
They did. I didn't see it. No, on the replay when they came back, they showed it. They didn't. What they showed coming away on commercial with Alec Millender loading up an imaginary bazooka and firing it, which was even better. So when you said, I hope that they caught that on TV, I was like, oh, Alec, yeah, I saw it. It was great. Yeah, I was hoping you would be like a responsible bench watcher, but you're not.
Well, sorry. We actually, where we were sitting was behind the Georgetown bench. So the UConn bench was one of the hardest things to tell, including when that Silas double tech happened. I don't know what happened. If you want to fill me in, just weirdness was occurring.
So Silas, they got kind of into each other, and like Silas was kind of grabbing him, like grabbed the straps of his jersey, but didn't do anything to him. And then he just dropped. Full blown Neymar it.
Nice.
Like just finger poke of doom. I am dead. This man tried to kill me. I don't blame him. Actually, I dug the flop so much. It was like so shameless that I was like, that's kind of fucking awesome.
He's trying to change the momentum.
And they should have totally just called it like a regular foul and not double tech the two of them. It was so stupid. That was a double tech. I like, there's something about a certain brand of flopping that I kind of dig, and I dug that. So I was like, just call it a foul, man. The Big East semifinals. Why are we double teching kids? Like, just let them play. A little gamesmanship never hurt anybody.
Thanks for filling me in. I was still a little curious on that.
That's okay. We got Cash Fraud waiting in the wings. He's been a very patient boy. I gotta go to the bathroom. So Cash Fraud, go into your usual long dialogue. Keep the people interested while I go relieve myself. I'm not poops on the ground. I just gotta go to the bathroom.
Thank you for not doing that. Cash Fraud, good evening.
Good evening. I was actually pretty pleasantly surprised tonight because, like, we've had good results against Georgetown the past couple of years, but it hasn't always been pretty. And tonight we played really good defense, and I thought the offense was pretty good, especially when you take into account that only 4 free throw attempts. Like, the numbers would look a lot better if we shot a couple more. So I thought it was a pretty well-rounded performance all around. We got, and this is what I'm going to start calling him, Jaden Jeffrey Ross. And
okay.
And we got Taras Jokic Jr.
Okay. I'm here for it. It's 1:06 in the morning. I'm going to sleep 4 hours in this span of 3 days. Whatever. Throw it at me.
Well, I tweeted like at the beginning of the game that I wanted to see them use Taras as more of a hub tonight because the Georgetown defense is pretty unique because they will like swarm you at times, and they play drop coverage, but it's not like a super deep drop, and they haven't ever really seen Taras like be used as a hub. Like the last 2 times we played him, he had like a 9 and a 10% assist rate, and tonight it was like 67, which is absurd. So I just thought like on a short notice, like that was a good switch up. And in case you have ever had any doubt, like our staff is elite, and they were thinking the same thing. And Taras it just opened up so much space on the court. It allowed people to just be able to finish at the rim easily. And Taras has shown at times to be a really good passer, and he definitely did tonight.
Yeah, his passing has really stepped up a level, I think, in the last month. He's just being more decisive with decisions. He's recognizing doubles, and he's not trying to do 14 things at once. Just in that, this to some degree is the prescription for the whole team tomorrow when St. John's puts the pressure on. Just make a decision and be decisive with it. And a couple of times it's not going to work, but don't just try and do 4 things at once. Just break the press. This team should be very capable of breaking a St. John's press on a St. John's team that does not have good guard play.
Yeah, and it presents like a really interesting, like they put Georgetown in so many tough situations tonight, just in the ball screen game alone. Like having to make so many difficult decisions between like whether I want to guard this 3 or whether I want to try to tag Terrace rolling, which like you need to decide on one of those because they're both deadly. And like Terrace, it also creates like another really tough decision because you want to you don't really have to respect Terrace's ability to shoot because what has he attempted, like 2 threes this year? And
yeah, too many, by the way.
Yeah.
We got a rival one tonight, but there was a foul called at the time. I actually was cool with it. I was like, oh, we haven't seen this in a while.
No, I was actually glad he took that too because just again help spread out Georgetown's defense a little bit. Just show that you're willing to shoot it. But yeah, it presents like an interesting challenge because like if you give Terrace the time and space to read the defense like that, like he's gonna make the right read with the ball. So it kind of sort of tempts them to bring the defender further up on Terrace and not just sit in that deep drop. So that's a good development.
Yeah, because it's going to be, and they've done a great job the first 2 games against these bad teams of finding just really wide open looks with the ball movement and just waiting for these much worse teams to just go crashing into one another. I don't think you're getting that as much tomorrow night.
No, tomorrow's going to be a way different game.
Yeah, but that's, it's what's required, and they've got the ability to move these guys around. I think the second game, the biggest takeaway from it was that Zuby's never been hit like that by a Big East big because they're kind of just Philip Borachivnan, the kid at Xavier. I mean, who's the other big that's remotely close to what Terrace can do? There isn't one in the league. And no disrespect to Zuby, I think he's a great player, but man, it's easy to feast in the conference when 9 of the teams don't have a competent big, right? And the difference between Zuby and Terrace is Zuby is a great player who brings it every single night. You know what you're going to get, except for one night against Terrace Reed. I will note in the first game in MSG, I thought Terrace had a good first 5 minutes, and then it went to, Terrace in the clouds mode. So I'm very interested tomorrow to see how Zuby reacts because this is like a challenge he hasn't had to face in this league.
Yeah, and then Terrace ate his lunch last matchup.
Yeah, he emasculated him.
Yeah.
But it's also they're going to need a lot out of Bryce too. And I am very interested to see Bryce Hopkins' 3rd game in 3 days. Now what's helped both these teams is they haven't really had to go into 3rd gear the first 2 days, but still that is a lot.
And that was the other important thing about getting Ryba he played 17 minutes tonight. It just, and Terrace wasn't because you could use him as a hub, he wasn't banging in the post, so he should be pretty, he shouldn't be super worn down. Should have some gas left in the tank.
Yeah, I want to check how many minutes they did play Alex 35 tonight. He was good tonight. It just felt quiet because there was so much other stuff going on and Georgetown stinks. But I am, obvious statement's obvious. They're going to need a lot out of Alex tomorrow too, I think.
Yeah.
In the win, Alex was really good in the win. It was one of the better games he's played defensively maybe at UConn, but he didn't go completely nuts offensively, right? So it'll be interesting tomorrow night. I would just love him to have a 20-plus point game in his last game. And because we're at the point right now where, if St. John's wins, Zuby's getting most outstanding player, right? I mean, this is pretty obvious. If UConn wins tomorrow, as of right now, I think it's just whoever is their best player tomorrow. Because it reminds me of 23 a little bit where, against Xavier, Solo had a great night. Braylon didn't. It was fine. Tonight, Solo was pretty quiet. Braylon went nuclear. It's just a lot of weapons. and it introduces. I don't know if St. John's has the depth to keep up with it. I mean, they did once, but then we saw the second game. So I'm fascinated to see. I just really want to see UConn roll the depth. We don't need to put all of the guards on the floor at once against a team that has, in my opinion, no good guard play whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, Dylan Darling. I mean, let's be adults here. All right. It's an indictment on the league that guy is. That's the guy as the point guard on the top 2 team in the league. Come on.
The funny thing is, if you like watched his tape when he was at Idaho State or whatever it is.
Oh, I did.
He never reached like that. Like, that's all taught.
Yeah. Rick's incredible. Rick's taken him to the great coaches do this. Rick has made him a player. There's no way he thought he could be.
Yeah, but he just goes full body contact, reach. Like, it's just the follow.
He's a hack. He's a hack merchant. He hacks just as much as Braylon does, but Braylon never gets the benefit of the doubt, and he does.
Yeah.
I mean, him and Salas both are high foul guys. I mean, it's going to be what it's going to be kind of thing. So
tomorrow's
line I'm trying to look at. I'm still thinking about 3.
I saw it.
Yeah, 2.5, 3. Nerd is 3. Nerd is 3 for us. Looks like 3.
But yeah,
I think was the total 140.5, I think. So
140.5. That's what it's looking like.
But yeah, I really want Alex to have a big game tomorrow night.
I do too. I just love him to have a swan song.
Yeah.
In the conference. Like, I'd like Alex's best to be for last.
Especially
I would like to see one Alex Caravan Mona Lisa.
Especially because, like, 2 of his last 3 have been pretty quiet.
Yeah, he's been. I mean, senior day was so much emotion. I almost give him a pass on. Yeah. Not a pass on Marquette, because that was, as a team, that's embarrassing in a way. But and they had a week off. Tomorrow night, I'd love him to be like. I'd love it when we say, "What's the Alex Caravan game?" We can all point at tomorrow. I would really like that for him.
Have you guys noticed that every time he catches the ball off, when he's stationary, like when he's not like coming off an action, every time he just throws that ball fake, and it's like so obvious now. He needs to switch it up, or like there was a time today where he caught the ball in transition. No one else was even in the half court with him. Like, who are you going to throw the ball fake to? Like, who are you fooling with that? Just and the thing is, he had the window to shoot. Like, I think it's all in his head right now. Like, he just let it go, young man.
Yeah. Speaking of things they need to just let go and try, and this is just me being greedy. Hot balls, have you noticed that in these last 2 games, Jaden Ross is asking for the lob, but he's not really committing to running for the lob? I want to see Jaden actually put the hand.
Do I have to say the D word? Am I going to say the D word, dunker spot?
No. I want to see him if he's going to put the hand up, run to the rim, dude. Like, you've got the green light right now.
Hey, we hit a lob tonight. I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, we hit a terrace lob. Oh, we hit a terrace lob. I couldn't believe it. I almost walked out. What else was there to see?
There's nothing else to think about. We got the lob. We got what we came for. Give us a trophy. We're leaving tomorrow. It's all over. Nobody think about anything else.
That's the other thing they get with Jaden now. They can get transition. I said this earlier. They get transition now. This team hasn't gotten transition all year.
Jaden would be so happy today. Because when Jaden got that steal, you know what he did? He gave the ball up immediately. And you know what he did? He got the ball right back. Yep. So many times when we have transition or fast breaks, we just don't give the ball up.
Oh, no. You don't think that's never... Solo always passes in transition. Nobody passes more in transition than Solo.
Yeah. Yeah, but like that's how it's supposed to look. Give it up, get out, like make the defender commit. Don't just dribble into his chest.
I like thinking Solo in the next time out went over to Jaden and was like, "That was wild. Why'd you do that?" Like, this never does it. But no, all's well. And yeah, it's just been great to see them kind of through Jaden unlock something that, I mean, they're going to need. You're not going to, if they want to win this title, the big one, you're not going to just grind out, 65, 66 times. You got to be able to get out and get easy baskets. And they were at this point where they're starting to force turnovers in the later half of the year, but they weren't scoring a lot of points off of them. And like they were just running half court off of turnovers, and it's like that's the sort of thing I expect Xavier to do, not this UConn team. But they started to unlock it a little bit, and no time like tomorrow or like in about 18 hours, I say.
By the way, I got to give a huge shout out to Rumble in the Garden tonight.
Oh boy,
for maybe tweeting the perfect tweet. I don't think it's more perfect of a tweet than what he tweeted. It's the St. John's versus UConn for the Big East title, and then he posted the Rock and Stone Cold video montage.
Hell yeah, awesome.
From WrestleMania 17, which even if you're not a wrestling fan, like that is just it's a masterpiece in storytelling and getting you excited for something that's about to happen. So go ahead and check that out. That was very cool. I like that. It's a nice touch. All the professional wrestling anecdotes in the Garden. It's great. It's good for business, as they say. Cat Fraud, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Ryan, you're up next, man. Appreciate you being so patient. What do you got for us, brother?
You guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Cool. Great win tonight. Just a couple things I'm going to throw at you guys and then get out of your hair. But really, really cool to see Jaden develop the way he has. I think one of the hallmarks of this program has been seeing guys come through and demonstrably seeing guys get better. I don't know how many programs throughout the country where you can be like, we bring guys in and by the end they get better than when they came to us. I feel like we're kind of seeing Jaden become a guy who's like, just reminds me of a kind of, I mean, with a year left, like an Andre Jackson Light who's shooting 35 to 38% from three, which is really, really cool. The other thing I just want to point to is I think we need to turn more and more hate to the St. John's matchup tomorrow. I don't think we've turned enough hate to the matchup tomorrow. I think we've not. I need to see that fan base get what's coming to them. I fucking hate that team. I need to see all these Johnny's come lately fans get what's fucking coming to them. And
I like this.
And I hope we can do it tomorrow. I think it's what they're due. Somebody brought it up earlier. I think besides, Zuby and everything, but I think the guy you kind of want to turn the water off on is Josan Sanan. I think he's the kind of guy that can, screw you backwards. What else did I have? Besides that, cool win. Man, I want to take it home tomorrow so bad. These guys deserve it. St. John's really, really, really doesn't. That's all.
It's all right. The reason for winning tomorrow for you can be just boiled down to I want to be happy for the next 12 months.
Yes.
I do not want them to be happy for the next 12 months.
I hate this fucking team.
That's okay. That's a good thing. Anger is a gift.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, I had one more question for you guys. I'm sorry, I forgot this.
Yes, go for it.
So tomorrow, I think, because I was listening to you guys' show yesterday, and I think it was Hot Balls was talking about, like, so often this tournament does not give you the game that you think you deserve at the end.
Yes.
How much is, like, tomorrow, I think, has a ton of juice. Tomorrow, I think, is the most juiced game in the Big East tournament final since when, in your guys' opinion? And then, in honor of CT's scoreboard having Sports Pope on, I'll hang up and listen. But
thanks, dude.
Yeah, I am. I hesitate to go. I don't know. This is kind of weird. It's a hard call for me because they're like the pit games had a lot at stake. Man, those teams were so fucking good. in that stretch that they played. And so like those, and in the conference back then, like if you got out of the league with like less than 4 losses, like that was an accomplishment. That was an act of human achievement that you're just going to take a shit ton of losses in conference back then. So those are on the table as a filter, right? And it's got to be St. John's and UConn in 99. That's got to be the next one, because that was a top 5 matchup at the time, right? That's like 2 obviously good teams with probably, oh man, I mean, I think you could argue 2 or 3 of each program's best players ever on the court at the same time. And we fucking beat the shit out of them too, by the way. This definitely has the most hype since 96 though. This is like the real deal.
Well,
this is so like a real,
like it's because there's been nothing, like Villanova, like come on, like there's been nothing remotely close, which plays up the hype. Also, yeah, the Patino angle and the MSG thing. But you know, the funny thing about 96 is, you know, incredible all-time moment. And then Syracuse is the one that goes to the Final Four. So, it's sometimes the weirdest situation. Whereas in this case, like there is no question of that it's these two, and that now they get to break the tie and settle the argument. No.
I think it's their matchup wise. 96 is like such an outlier on so many, because everybody wants to talk about the coaching matchup tonight. Like that's kind of a thing. And I get it, but like John Thompson and Jim Calhoun, like John Thompson's last stand, you know what I mean? Like that was John Thompson's last stand, and Jim's like ascent to the, I mean, we had won the Big East before that, but like that was like Jim sitting on top of the mountain and sitting his fat ass on the fucking throne. I'd be like, this shit is mine now. I'm the guy. Because he was one of the best coaches in the league for 6-7 years prior to that. But like that was like putting your fucking stamp on it. There was a lot of other history in there too. And then you have Ray Allen versus Allen Iverson. Those are 2 Hall of Famers. I don't know if there's a Hall of Fame basketball player on the court tomorrow night. I'm sorry.
And Ray plays like dog shit until the moment, you know, when he's about to throw the ball directly to Jerome Williams and realizes it. And thankfully he's an alien and just hangs in the air a little longer and shucks one onto the front rim.
But then you've got these other killers in the back. You've got Othello Harrington. You've got fucking Victor Page. Like just dogs, forget dogs, like capital, all of the letters dogs. You know, you have, Daron Sheffer and like Ricky Moore is in that game, and Travis Knight was on that. Like, dude, that was just a whole ass fucking thing. Kevin Freeman, one of the greatest players in Massachusetts basketball history. Like, there was just so much that built up to that. And then captured it in the moment. And they were the 2 best teams in the league. Villanova can suck my ass that year, but like that is really tough to beat. I think that's an all-time main event that's really tough to beat. This, I don't think is insane to say it's, I mean, we're going to see how the game is. I think the game is like going to determine that, right? But in terms of like the pre-game hype, it's probably the closest we've had to that. Although college basketball was in a different place then. Because that whole day was that was all anybody talked about. 2 ESPN networks, everybody on the planet was watching that fucking game. And I think they'll watch a lot of it tomorrow night. It's hard to replicate that in a new era and like, you know, put a stamp on it. But it's the closest thing. I feel fairly comfortable. We'll see how the game goes. I feel fairly comfortable saying this is probably the closest thing we've had since then.
Yeah, and
it's at the very least in the mix in the top 3 or 4.
And to draw a parallel, by the way, my train was actually early, so I'll probably be out of here in like 5:10. But you keep going.
Okay. We're gonna wrap it up.
The the famed story, or fame is probably the wrong word for it, of after Georgetown won their semifinal in 1996 was the John Thompson to set up UConn versus Georgetown. John Thompson just told the Hoyas in the locker room, the boys are gone, the men are here now. Tomorrow night, the boys are gone, the men are here now. This is it. This is the whole thing. And I'm just thrilled that we get to see it.
Yeah, I'm super jacked, man. All right, we got 2 more, and then we're gonna just wrap this up, guys. Holy shit, dude, we got another fucking 2 hours. We are champions. We're gonna get to Jake. Jake, just please make it fast. I'm fading fast. I need to conserve my shit for tomorrow if he's in there. Okay, I don't think Jake is here. Jake, are you here? Jake's not here. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. What a way to end. Hey, Mike, what do you got for us?
Hey, Mike, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? Another clock.
Hey, I got 2 things for you, then I'll hang up and listen.
Okay.
Number one. It's funny. Number one, you're number one, just like you. Hey, you think Ed Cooley's gonna go in the portal this offseason and get Al Albuquerque?
Another clown.
Maybe he's gonna get Nicholas. Maybe he's gonna get Nicholas Boisvert to play center.
Maybe I'll get Vance Jackson.
Yeah. When number 2, you were talking before about boots on the ground. Last time you had boots on the ground, you caused an earthquake.
Another clown.
I can't take this anymore.
Thank you, Steve. See you at 1 o'clock, buddy. UConn BU, 1 o'clock. The only 2 people here who care.
Another clown. What are we gonna do? By the way, is Vance Jackson the actual transfer portal? We were talking about this today. This came up in Discord. Just give you guys some catnip to go to bed with tonight. Got to keep you up another 30 minutes. Think about Vance Jackson. Somebody tweeted out, I wonder what Vance Jackson is doing. It was Mal. It was Mal's fault today. Mal probably popped a couple gummies and was like, poop this out in cyberspace.
A couple.
What a tweet. By the way, I'm so pissed I didn't take off more. It affected so many fan bases. He played for 7,000 teams.
East Carolina, a school we famously have never gotten a player from that was any good.
Ever. New Mexico.
New Mexico, yep. I forgot the other one.
So many great places. Who even gives a shit? I think the transfer portal is Vance Jackson. Vance Jackson walked so that every other man in the world could run. That St. John's basketball could be relevant again, thanks to the pioneering moves of Vance Jackson. So, just think about that when you guys go to bed tonight. Think about what you'd be thinking about today if you're Vance Jackson.
So
that'll keep you guys up for another 2 or 3 hours.
That's the closing thought, Vance Jackson. Okay, what we all expected.
We're playing one of the most anticipated Big East championship games of all time. I want everybody to think about Vance Jackson tonight. You're welcome.
Tomorrow night.
People don't ever think it's going to be an adventure with us, and boy, oh boy, look what I did.
I'm a little concerned that we don't get the hypnotize intro tonight, but, don't lose to Marquette, right? And we got to wear the regular road jerseys, but what an opportunity in them. So
we have to wear the regs tomorrow. We can't do the throwbacks.
We don't have to, but our UConn's coach, I don't know if you know this, bit of a nut job. So
wear the throwbacks tomorrow. Fuck that shit.
All right. I am getting in the elevator at Union Station parking garage.
All right. Goodbye and good riddance. All right, guys. We're done for tonight. I hope everybody appreciated what we were able to bring to you, whatever the fuck this show was tonight. We will see you tomorrow night after the game, regardless of what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if it's going to be fun. I don't know if it's going to be exciting. I don't know if it's going to be happy. I don't know if it's going to be sad. It could be a lot of things, but whatever it's going to be, we will be here tomorrow night to recap a lot of Big East history that's going to be made tomorrow night. Maybe we are the winningest team in the conference history, bringing back our 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. I don't give a fucking shit. I've lost count. It'd be 8th. I don't care. Just a lot. more than anybody else. That's all you guys need to know. But until then,
I believe, I'm not even kidding, I believe it would be the 69th combined men's or women's Big East regular season or tournament championship. Somebody gave me the math, so there you go. Nice.
Sexy. All right.
The first to 69 for no escalators. There you go.
Oh, that is a brilliant first to 69. So until tomorrow night, guys, you know the deal. Anybody that is in the Garden vicinity or in the area, and you can make it, get there, go there. Buy a ticket now, too, by the way. You know, Talent Ass Clowns, it's only going to go up. It's going to get worse and worse and worse the closer we get.
It's like prison. You find the first St. John's fan you see, the biggest one you can, and you just punch him in the face.
Yeah, none of this shit. Do not show up tomorrow night. This is not a good sportsmanship event. All right,
Val.
This is a night. Yeah, if you see the sportsmanship thing, and if St. John's fans are out there, please boo the sportsmanship thing too. I'm going to tweet that out. I think get a little solidarity tonight. But you know, this is all about establishing asserting dominance. It's all about showing people that you're better than them. All right, it's not about sportsmanship. It's about conquering other people. This is about feeding your superiority complex. This is about living vicariously through younger kids, which is a very healthy, ordinary, authentic way to live your life. All right. If you find people around you and they're uncomfortable, put pressure on them. It's not a time to be nice. This is not a time to be considerate. This is not a time to be polite. This is not a time to shake hands. This is a time to find a St. John's fan and wear their skin home as a trophy. It's very graphic. Don't do that. But if you think about it, that's fine, especially if you think about it while you're in bed tonight before you go to bed. I'm sorry. Please do not blame that on me. That's not my fault. I do not encourage you to do that. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't care. I'm looking at this fat priest, and his stomach is hanging out the bottom of his shirt, and it's like a half a tweet and says St. John's Chaplain, and I just blasphemed. All right. Well, anyways, be a bunch of pagan heathen warriors tomorrow night. Kick the shit out of these fucking clowns. All right. Let's get our Big East championship back and send these clowns off to a summer of misery. Fuck everybody. Fuck St. John's. Fuck the Northeast. Fuck everything. Lots of swears, bad words. We'll see you tomorrow night. Until then, kill everything you see and keep in touch with yourselves. Good night, everybody.